All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Today we have Sasha and Annie, and we're going to talk about the Miami Participatory Budget app that we've been working on. So let's go ahead and get started. The first question that I was interested in asking you is, what is the greatest challenge for you technically about working on this project? So Sasha, how about you? What's the greatest technical obstacle that you've had to overcome?
For me, I guess it would be that I've only really been exposed to a couple of programs. A couple of languages, and more towards the front end. But when we started this at the back end, and for me, that was a complete change of environment. I had very little idea what I was doing, and I would say I've grown so much from that point months ago. I really I'm really honored to be on this project, truly.
Wow.
But yeah, definitely it was the back end. The back end was all brand new for me.
Okay, so you had never done anything with databases before this project.
No, nothing with databases or any of that. Really, it was all, learning on the job.
All right, very cool. All right, and Annie, how about you? Was there any technical challenge so far that you've encountered working on this project?
Yeah. When I used to design sites back with HTML,
Hmm.
it was nothing fancy, just had like a notepad or something and design it from there. But since then, websites and designs and usage has progressed so much. They're clean and very user friendly. Design fundamentals hasn't changed, but the tools that I was using before are not used anymore.
So,
Are mostly, huh?
no, I'm sorry, you finish your thought.
Oh no, that I was gonna say I would mostly design everything in like all content would be in Photoshop. But to really succeed, I needed to learn a new software that would get me there to the designs you guys see in the on the chat or the designs I sent out. So I learned Adobe XD, which is vector based design tool for UI, which I've never opened before until this project.
Hmm.
I spent 2 days, which is like a week and a whole, learning it. But once you know Photoshop or any Adobe program, that will kind of come easy. But I spent 2 days learning that just to start designing for the budget app. So that was new to me.
I guess the thing that I almost interrupted you on was
Hmm.
design fundamentals. What exactly would you say are the design fundamentals when you're working on a budget app, trying to get people to use the budget app?
Design fundamentals basically lie on like the form, harmony, the rhythm, all these that makes up the backbone of a design that will bring a user to like, oh, this looks this visually enticing. So that's kind of like the backbone that I will have learned throughout my years to kind of keep in the back burner every time I design anything, whether it's a logo, a website, an illustration, just like these um, little like fundamentals I'll keep in the back of my head.
Hmm. Okay, cool. So now what I'd like to work to move on to is the actual platform. So what do you guys think about using Slack to coordinate a team? Has it been a good environment? Sasha, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, I haven't found a better one. Slack has all the functions that I would imagine one would need, and so far has met our needs to make the whole project come together. Everyone can communicate. We can create our own separate chats, coordinate things. It's been great. Slack is honestly a wonderful. I have actually used Slack since we started on this project with other projects. So
Oh,
for me,
that's
this is
cool.
definitely the go-to. Yeah.
Very cool. And same question to you, Annie. Do you enjoy using Slack?
I do is very organized. It's kind of like a baby to Discord. It has like the little
Baby to
little
Discord.
areas. Yeah, because I used Discord before. When I opened Slack, it reminded me of
Yeah.
it, and I think it's a lot easier to use than Discord actually. So I actually enjoyed it. It's very organized, and we all been able to communicate in the proper channels.
Mhm.
Cool, cool. All right. So now this next question I think is pretty important. Do you think this type of project works well for students? And would you promote colleges trying to do more projects like this? So Sasha, what do you think about that?
I say absolutely. Um, what I've learned from programming is that you really don't learn until you do. This is a very, literally, you have to just dive right in and get your fingers clacking on the keyboard, um, to be able to fully understand what you're learning. So I've known a lot of these concepts before. I've watched videos. I've gone to classes. I'm at Miami-Dade College right now. So I've learned, but it never fully sank in until I started this project. I would absolutely encourage colleges to go for it, to try projects. You know, this one is a wonderful one, especially because it has such a volume of, like, what I'm saying is, when you say I worked with the city of Miami to create this amazing budget website, it holds a lot of clout. It's a very powerful thing to be able to say this to my future employers. I believe that it would help me, reach my goals a lot quicker. It would give me the credentials that I'm looking for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was totally makes sense. Cool.
So
And I
I think students, it would really help them. It would help them along in their future careers.
nice, excellent. And Annie, how about for you? Do you think students, this type of project works well with students?
Yes, definitely. I think more project like these that benefit students, as in basically what Sasha was saying, the getting down to the work, is that getting that real work experience. You also have to meet deadlines. You're expanding in tools and resources, as in like Slack was new to us. And you're also building a portfolio in a sense that it pushes your foot in the right direction of their future careers. It also enforces working as a team, which we're bouncing ideas to each other, we're
Sure.
growing in creativity and ingenuity, and it helps us take criticism and use it.
Yes, I have to
Um,
agree. That is
yeah.
exactly it.
Mhm.
The teamwork has been fascinating for me. And specifically because we're doing this all remotely. Because of the whole coronavirus, we can't meet up, we can't do anything in person. So it's really forced us to actually do what programmers do, and designers, of course, like the whole team, and work remotely and contact each other and keep each other accountable for deadlines.
I
Yeah, exactly. And then when I submit a design, you guys give me feedback, and it helps me think like how you guys are viewing it versus how I'm viewing it. Because
Mhm.
I know how I'm thinking, like, oh, this is my design. I know what I'm doing. But when I see somebody else react to it, and it helps me interpret how they are reacting to my designs, which it helps me create a more user friendly uh, uh, site for you guys.
Mhm.
Nice. And what's interesting about this team is you guys did get a chance to meet in person, right? There were in-person meetings. People would meet in the computer lab. So there
Mhm.
was some interpersonal relationship. And I wonder if that does help a remote team to at least have some personal connection at the beginning. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know.
absolutely.
Maybe not, because I don't think, Sasha, you've never met Annie, have you?
No, no, I've
No.
never met her, but
But
we've done a lot of chatting back and forth, and
exactly.
we work well together. But I did meet
Yeah.
the other team, the other team members in the school on the campus, and it did absolutely help. It did
Cool.
help. But
Well,
in this field, you don't always get to meet your team members.
that's
Sometimes
true.
it really is a fully remote job, and it's kind of interesting to experience that.
All right. Well, my last question for you is, do you have any other thoughts about this process of building the app and where we are currently and at the beginning of June? Any last thoughts, Sasha?
Um, I would say that I believe we're right on track. So far, Earl has been a great team leader. He's really guided us well and set everything up properly so that we have the right deadlines to meet. Um, I can't say anything else. We're doing great, and I can't wait to see the final project.
Nice, nice. Annie, any last words?
I just want to say something based on when you asked if this benefits students. I also
Sure.
want to talk about what the project is. The project is basically for the community. So I also find it important that, yes, students are benefiting from this, but if the projects are also benefiting the community, that's like a double whammy.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think more projects like these for students and the community are completely beneficial.
Yeah, that's a great point. This isn't only an academic exercise. Members, citizens of the city of Miami will be able to put their ideas out about how they think the budget should look. So it's got
Yeah.
a lot of benefit to democracy. All right. Well, I appreciate you spending some time talking about this, and I'll see you on Slack. Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.